What is up everybody, I'm Mear and welcome back to another episode on the Kingdom Chronicles server. And today we start off in an unfamiliar location because in between episodes I've done some work. And I mean a lot of work. I've been digging out this area, it's full of gravel, and I also, I scavenged some dirt from over there, and I've got 3 full boxes of dirt blocks. I've also got 3 full boxes of gravel and 3 full boxes of coarse dirt and another 3 full boxes of sand. The sand I got it from the desert at close to my base, but I'm gonna pack all of this up and we're gonna use some of these resources today. But first of all, I need to repair my tools and then I'll meet you guys back at the base. So we're back at my base, I repaired all my tools and all my armor, and since today is episode 30 of the series, and it's officially my longest running series on the channel, I thought it might be finally time to tell you the lore behind this place. I might have hinted at it a few times and told you bits and pieces of it, but today we're gonna start at the beginning. And when I mean beginning, I mean the real beginning. It all started when a scientist was researching some rather odd looking purple crystals, and while he was researching, he had a little incident. He created a rift in time and space, and he got sucked into it and ended up in a weird looking dimension. And until this day, it's still uncertain if he ever got out. No one has ever seen the guy again. But a rift in time and space is very, very unstable. And so the crack in the fabric that holds this world together just grew bigger and bigger over time. And where his laboratory stands now is a big gateway into an unknown dimension. But that's not the end of the story. A rift in time and space is quite unstable. So it has some weird, how we call them, weird quirks about it. The landscape started changing around the portal, and some purple looking crystals started growing near the rift. And then came a businessman who just looked at the crystals and thought, I could probably sell these. And so started this empire, which has quite a few buildings in it already. And today we're gonna be working on the mining site for those purple crystals. And it's gonna be the last area in our base that we're gonna finish. But more on that later. First of all, I need to fill in a ridiculous amount of coarse dirt, so I'll see you guys after that is mostly filled in. Also, how'd you like my new skin? It looks good, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Anyway, back to filling it. I'll see you in a bit. I think I just found the most satisfying thing in Minecraft. Oh my god, this is really, really awesome and really, really satisfying to see. If you don't know what you're seeing right now, I made a texture pack that changes the light map to where you can see where mobs can spawn and can't. And if you can guess it already, where the red squares are is where mobs can spawn. So I'm just lighting up this area that I just filled in, and it was a lot of area. I've got just this, of course, dirt left, and as you could see in the beginning of the episode, we got 3 shulker boxes of it. 3, that's insane, but we're almost done with lighting this area up, and I just feel like lighting up that as well, that whole mountain range, just because it's so fun to do. But I can't get distracted. I need to get some resources together and start working on our last project on the server, and hopefully also finish it today. So I'm gonna head over to my storage system, turn off the texture pack, and start building. So to end off this season, well, at least the builds of this season, I wanted to make like a field of these kind of crystals, and I got some purple and magenta glass and some stone. I got some more over there, don't worry about that. And I want to try my hand at making these crystals, and I'm gonna put them randomly around here. I'm probably actually gonna mix these two up. I was gonna do like magenta center and stuff like that, but I do think it'll be looking a lot cooler if you just mix it up a little bit. Something like that, and we don't really worry about how it's placed because it needs to look a little bit organic. And then something like this and stuff like that. And how's that looking? Is that a cool crystal shape? Just go something like that. That's a cool crystal shape, I think. And then around the bottom of it, I was thinking just putting some stone up. That would look kind of cool. Not everywhere, of course. And I'm mixing in some of the andesite to make it look a little bit more cool. But yeah, something like that. I would definitely need a little bit more of the crystal in there. So actually, let's just remove that and put the crystal in there. And then maybe poking a little bit out. And being a little bit more like that. I don't know. I need to experiment with these a little bit. I don't really know if I want to keep them like the same shape or if I just want to build them randomly. I'll build some and then I'll decide afterwards. That's probably a good plan. I do like stuff like that. At least it needs to be a lot bigger. It needs to be a lot bigger. So let's go just a few more blocks up. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Switch a bit of the claws out. Boom. Boom. How's that looking? That's cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That looks weird and mystical, and I like it. I like it. That's the wrong kind of block. Okay, come on. Let's go over here. Yeah, that looks cool. I might even put this up a little bit higher, but that's the general idea, and then we get in with the andesite and switch out some blocks. You get the idea. Yeah, and then we take some slabs as well and add even a little bit more detail, and then maybe even, I don't have the coarse third. Should be in this one. And then some coarse third and make it blend in a little bit, so going up a little bit like that. In some places. Oh, that's the gloss. That's the wrong kind of block. This one. There we go. Stuff like that, and with the slabs and everything, I think that looks really cool. And we're gonna fill this whole area with them, and I think that will look pretty dang awesome. So that's my task for the next couple of hours, and I'll see you guys after that. I've did a bit of work, and I've added in these 4 big crystals, and then the little one at the back, and this massive one. And I think this looks really cool. And I think that's all the crystals I'm gonna add in, but I've got a few little details to add in. As I said, I wanted to do like the half slabs and stair technique for the stone and the andesite, so let's actually grab some of those. Some stone slabs, there we go, that's not gonna be enough. There we go, that's a little bit more. And the andesite ones as well. And then we're just gonna put these around the place, like in places like maybe over here, and then on top of this one, and stuff like that. This one, and that just gives it a little bit more depth, and it looks a little bit better in my opinion. So we're gonna do stuff like that around these crystals, and then I'm also gonna add in some gloss paints, some magenta ones, and of course some, is that purple? Yes, that's purple. Some purple ones. I thought I picked that. No, okay, there we go. And then we're gonna spam these around these crystals as well to give them a little bit more 3 dimensions and detail and depth and stuff like that. And I think that's gonna look really cool. Maybe one up there. Yeah, you can kind of get the feeling for this. Stuff like that, and I think that will look really cool. Then maybe one over here, yeah. Just adding that little bit of extra shape in. One up there would look cool, but I don't think I'll be able to manage to get up there. Maybe you can, come on. what is this? Oh, parkour. Oh, we reached it. Perfect. So gonna put one up there as well. And I think that is looking nice. And then we're gonna put some on top of that spike as well to make it even higher. And I think that will look cool. So that's my next job. And I'll catch you guys afterwards. All those details are now in place. And it does add a little bit of detail. And I think it looks cool with or without it. But I'm really glad that I did it. And with that, I'm gonna call this project finished, and also our base for the season finished. We've got a lot. Let's just take a quick look at what we actually got done from our base, which is this area, and it's I'm gonna settle with this. It's not like I really wanted to finish it, but I mean, I'll get into the details of why I'm finishing the season. But we got this mountain range, which I'm quite glad with how far we got, but there's still a lot of empty space that I wanted to fill this season. But anyway, we've decided that as a group, we are going to let the season end. And I want to do one more video next week showcasing all the cool stuff that we did this season. But that is it for like the building part of it. And I've got a little sad but also good positive announcement. It's like an edge that cuts on two sides. Like, it's sad on one side, but really cool on the other side. And the sad part is that I'll be leaving Kingdom Chronicles after the season ends. So this is actually the last thing that I've built on Kingdom Chronicles, which is kind of sad. And the reason for that is that I'm gonna move on to a new server called the Realm of Fasten. And those guys over there, they invited me to come on. And it's mostly a building server, and it's lore based, and it's quite cool, and you should probably check it out. But that's where we'll be moving on in the future. And I really wish I could do like these two series next to each other, but I don't really have time for two series. And so I decided to pick one of the two, and I picked Realm of Fasten because it's something new, and we'll see about it. We'll see what happens. But this is me signing off from Kingdom Chronicles server for the very last time in person. Next time we'll do something a little bit special, but that's for next time. Anyway, if you like this episode, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Even if you like the series, just show the support, because this was an amazing series, and I'm gonna keep the sentimental stuff on next video. Come on, guys. We'll leave this here. Bye, guys. Bye.